to move back to live with your parents after however many years, over 20 years that I haven't lived with them is tough, let's say.
Thank you for joining us, Embracing Amazing. And we have our special guest today, Anna. We're back, right?
That's right.
Oh my goodness, I'm so lucky I got it one shot. Doesn't happen often. And of course, Kayla's here with me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So I can't wait to learn a little bit more about you. And I just met you at the Moms Market last Saturday, actually, and seen all those beautiful products that you brought too. Tell me more about that business. She's Got Legs, right?
Yes. Yeah. So She's Got Legs is a Canadian company based in Burlington, and it's all ran by women. So that is a huge thing why I signed up for them, because of that fact. I like supporting women. I'm going into the entrepreneurship. It's a big new thing for me. Yes, I had to read your t-shirt there.
We all need one of those.
I know, right? So I just got into the business last November 2022.
Okay.
So
it's
not
really recent.
not that long ago.
Right.
And I fell in love with the company when I saw it, and I touched the leggings because they are so soft. And they sell themselves basically. So it was at a Christmas market that I went to, and I met Michelle, the lady that I signed up with. So she's like my upline, they call it. And I bought a pair of leggings. I think it was for myself and for my niece. And then I ended up contacting her, and I'm like, I want to sign up.
That is
and
so awesome.
That's how it went. That's how it started.
So just last November.
Yes.
What were you doing before?
So for the last couple of years, I've actually been on long-term disability.
Okay.
So I am a medical office assistant, so a medical secretary. I worked in hospitals for the last about 15 years, different hospitals in London, and a hospital in Calgary as well. And I kind of left work not on a good feeling, I had kind of a mental breakdown, you would call it, I guess. I started crying at work, couldn't stop, and had to leave and couldn't go back, basically. Yeah, thank you. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah, well, 2 years still pretty fresh, I say.
Yeah, it was hard, a lot of ups and downs, mental health wise. A lot of things going through. I'm not sure if you know a lot about depression, anxiety, a lot of medications and therapy and things like that. So just, I would say last November, I started to slowly get a little better, where I felt comfortable starting something. So, and I mean, the insurance company always wants you to go back to work. When are you ready? When are you ready? I'm like, well, I kind of can't get out of bed. So I'm sorry, but I can't go back to work yet. But in September, it kind of started to get a little better. And in November, I went to a Christmas market and I started with the legs. So I, last year, I kind of, bought a lot of the stock, had like family, friends see it, and they loved it. I loved it. I loved the company as a whole because of it being ran by a woman and all the support that you get, and everybody's so nice, and they're just like almost at your doorstep because they're so close to us, right? That's a good thing too. Yeah.
And I think I've heard that, well, for women, that's why we created this community, is that we need this kind of peer support.
Yes.
We feel that we have someone to talk to.
Yes.
Or someone that, hey, sharing the same kind of challenges.
Exactly.
And we can support each other.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why
Embracing amazing.
Amazing to be amazing, that we need to embrace that, and we're no difference. We can always support each other and share our stories, and that's why invited to share.
Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me. I have met so many great people by doing the markets because I just
The
started
Moms
doing
Market?
the mums market and other like I've done I don't even know how many I've done already.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think almost 20 booked this year. So
Oh,
almost every weekend I have
wow.
something booked.
Oh, wow.
So, because that's what I wanted to focus on this year. Last year was kind of learning a little bit about the company,
Yeah.
getting some stock and things
Yeah.
like that. But then I'm like, okay, yep, this is what I'm going to try to do. So that I kind of threw myself at it. And I did some online markets at first. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I can promote it. So I did a whole bunch.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, there
Because
was so
takes
many.
a lot of
Oh my gosh.
work,
Yes.
especially when you're still in the journey of recovery.
Yes. Definitely. Like at one, I think I want to say 4 or 5 markets in 1 week.
Oh,
And I spent my whole time on the phone because you have to post, then you have to comment, then you have to comment on your own comments. And some of them
On
have you comment on
strategies.
others for like 20 times a day. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. Then I'm like,
Social
I'm
media
done,
fatigue.
no
Yes.
more. So
Yes.
maybe I did a couple weeks with like one market,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, that's enough. I'm not getting enough out of it for me and the like promoting and selling the product for the amount of work that I have to put into it. And it took time away from my family. Because
So
I'm
you
on the
kind of-
phone, I'm like, I don't
yeah.
want to spend my time on the phone. That's not a life I want to live. And plus, it was, interfering with my getting my mental health back to order so I could slowly become able to get into back to the workforce
Right,
and
right.
things like that. So I've done a lot of my work towards it. I kind of, did all of the advertising. I have like a VIP group on Facebook, and then I met some people like yourselves and like other people through the markets, and the network already is just amazing. All the people that you get to meet and all the different things that people create and create their best life.
Oh God, that's just me walking
Right?
upstairs in
Yeah.
market. Oh my goodness, look
Yeah.
at everyone has their own passion.
Yes.
And they're out there.
Yeah.
It's like, I've often heard about, being an entrepreneur, sometimes you put out so much work,
Yes.
you don't see the return. Might as well go find a job, you probably
Yeah.
get more pay, but
Yeah.
it's your passion, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so tell me about your dream. What would you like to
My
be in the
dream,
future, maybe
so-
next year or so?
Over the years, I've been so many things, and I went back to school and all this stuff, and I didn't want to go back to how my life was before I went off of work sick,
Okay.
because I don't want to end up being out of work again and not be able to function.
Okay.
So right now, after starting She's Got Legs, I kind of gained a lot of more motivation and more endurance to be able to move things a little bit further. So I actually took an H&R Block course. And I worked as a tax pro this past season. My last shift was just yesterday because tax season ended. So it was totally different from what I did, but I always liked doing taxes. I know we're weird, but
Yes, I don't
yeah.
like for me, I
So
think we're the same.
yeah, so that's what I did. I did not I wanted to see possibly if I can stay on for the year because they do have places that are open, but not as busy, right, as tax season. So I didn't, but that's okay. And then in the meantime, I was applying to different things to see, okay, how do I want to go back to work? Like, do I want to work in healthcare again? Because I
Right.
didn't think I wanted to or could.
Okay, yes.
And then I thought, I'm like, can I work full time? And I automatically said, no, I cannot. I still struggle with a lot of mental health issues where I can't get out of bed. Doesn't happen as often. I still have, migraines. My fatigue is just still really, really bad that it takes over and I can't function.
Even
for
you
the
mentioned
day.
earlier, like it's getting better. Like, it's
Yes,
still
slowly.
lingering.
Yeah. So the last few weeks with working for H&R Block, I had a lot more shifts because of it being busy,
Yeah.
and I felt it. My body doesn't like it.
Yeah, you have to.
I started feeling like back when things started getting really bad for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I can't do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start with part-time, going back to working in healthcare. So I am starting a new position at Children's Hospital on Monday.
Oh wow! Congratulations!
Yeah.
So
So
proud of
it's actually
you.
for a department manager that I worked for before here.
Okay.
So it's in
wonderful.
psychology, but I worked in psychology here at University Hospital before all the layoffs happened. So they laid off 2/3 of clerical staff. My position was eliminated. I was working full time. So after being laid off for a while, I decided to move to Calgary. That's another story in itself, right? A lot of different stuff.
We're gonna get Anna back.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back part time, and then I've had a passion of weddings. Weddings, I love weddings. Always have.
Okay. Wow.
I know, totally different turn,
Yeah,
right?
like,
So
accountant,
yeah, I
medical.
know everything's so different. So this past Christmas, I got engaged,
Oh,
and thank you. So started planning
Okay.
our wedding, and I mean it's not till next summer, so we still have a lot of time. But I kind of started, and it kind of made me think of I want to plan these weddings and these beautiful events for people that just are amazing and make them amazing for them how they want their amazing day to be. So
Hold on there. There's too much going on. Are you sure? You have
I
to
know.
Go slow.
I know. I have to
You
slow
have to go
myself
slow.
down.
Yes.
So I did start my wedding coordinator course
I feel so small.
already. Started it in March. My course finishes in June, and I hope to be able to learn. I've learned a lot already,
Yeah.
and I like fell in love with all the webinars. I listened to them all in like a week. Yeah, so now I kind of am slowly going.
Love it then.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I love the planning. I have been involved with some event planning, but not in this capacity. But I love all things weddings. I love it. I
Get
just,
certified.
oh my God, I get
Yeah.
excited. So, like, this is my goal.
Yes.
I'm gonna work at the hospital part-time, hopefully be able to pay my bills, and slowly get into the wedding planning business, because that will take a little bit of time,
Yes, of
you
course,
know, like the course, and then hopefully I can volunteer with a coordinator just to kind of get the different tips, just kind of see how things actually run. Because I mean, it's all different. It's all good to take training, but once you get in there, totally different world, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping to be able to maybe keep both, and get it to the point where I'm my own boss and can do these things. Maybe later on get into teaching it and moving forward.
I can't believe it. You're
So,
still recovering.
I have so many things.
You already have a vision.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy because
It's not
you're moving
easy
out
at
from
all.
a comfort zone, and you still experience some ups and downs, and you're not afraid to keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be afraid. I still have some moments I'm like, can I do this? Oh my gosh, so many things that I have gone through. Again, another story. Calgary is like a huge different chapter that I went through, with like getting out of work, losing a home that I owned, moving back to London, and now I live with my fiance in my parents' basement. Like, I'm 46 years old. To move back to live with your parents after however many years,
That's
over 20
not
years
easy.
that I
It's not-
haven't lived with them, is tough, let's
It
say.
is, yeah.
the dynamic is not the best.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that I still have to work through. Not having a good relationship with my dad, and like just a lot of different things. Being raised by European immigrants, and me being a immigrant as well. A lot of different things
Culture.
culture, and just a lot of different things
Yeah.
make you to who you are, right?
It's true.
And
Yeah.
make you different. And that is a huge thing that I've struggled with all my life, because nobody wants different. Everybody wants to be the same when you're a kid, especially.
Wow, that's the thing.
Right?
Like they like to implant that thought.
Yes,
in your head.
right?
This is the way how you gonna
Yeah.
be like.
That
Yep.
cookie
We were-
cutter.
exactly,
Yes,
we were
right?
talking about
But
that.
now,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the same.
Good for you. And all the
So,
best to that
thank
future
you.
goal, because like we'll be watching you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not only to
So-
cheer on when you're like reaching milestones, but we're always here to support you when you need someone to talk to.
Thank you.
And
That
thank
is,
you so much for
yeah.
listening to this amazing story, and I think it's totally inspiring.
Thank you for having me.
Kim, do you have anything else to
I do. I have one question for you,
Sure.
Anna.
good for you?
If you had any bit of advice to give to a new entrepreneur that's maybe kind of in the middle stages of their life doing something new, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would say don't give up,
Don't give up.
because there's always something that you can go into. There's help. There is so many things out there that will make you great.
That's amazing. That's amazing
I need
advice.
to remember that. I need to put a sticky note. Because we all have those days that
Yeah.
sometimes we feel so lonely, but reach out. There are always people available to talk to you or listen to you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you.